Yo, peace and blessings. Um, a conversation kicked off earlier that really just got, the brain started to thinking and flipping and clicking. And one of the homies had responded to the video earlier that this sister George Peters had put. She's a very good friend of mine, by the way. And I have much mad respect for her and her thinking. And her conversation was about communication and the lack of, and basically it just started off, a series of thoughts in my mind about communication. Because for me, communication, like healthy, effective communication, I have to be specific. Healthy, effective communication is very, very vital, very significant for me. It's very paramount. It's very necessary. It's like without it, for me, I'm not even going to entertain or pretend to start even using the word commitment or talk about seriousness of a relationship, because I just refuse to be in a relationship where there's a bunch of hell, there's a bunch of turmoil and settling and playing and faking in front. You know what I'm saying? So I believe that when the communication piece isn't where it needs to be, isn't healthy, isn't truly effective, isn't the fundamental quality of the fundamental aspect of the relationship, isn't the thing that's really holding the relationship together, then there's some things that has to happen to supplement that deficiency. And I think at that particular point when that happens, then there's just a lot of things about that relationship that isn't real. But I will say, just in regards to that whole thing about communication, man, it's just one of those areas where a lot of us, I've grown to accept and believe that most of us truly value healthy communication. We truly want it. We truly believe we have it. We truly believe that we're not the problem. You know what I'm saying? And I think that some of that is true. And a lot of it probably isn't true, in some aspects, depending on who you're talking to and who you're dealing with, you may not be the big bulk of the problem, I may not be the big bulk of the problem. Then in some other aspects, I just may be, and likewise with you just may be. And I think that when it comes to just self-development, self-improvement, to be the best I can in every and all aspects, there's always just have to be this non-stop objective to be better. I just have to not quit to be better in every aspect, but I'm talking about communication right now. So therefore I have to really make sure that I'm understanding. Like I say, I believe understanding is 80% of communication, if not more. You have to really desire to understand what the person is saying, and you can't think you understand. When I say you think you understand, that's when you haven't went back and confirmed that your understanding is correct. And the only way you can confirm it is by asking questions, is by reiterating what you think you understand, so the person can agree that you understood them correctly, and you move forward from there. But a lot of people don't even have the patience to even go through that process of communication. They feel like that's too much thinking. That's too much. You're making a simple thing complex. It's just asking the right question, asking questions that are significant and relevant to what's going on, things that really matter. If you ask a question, I ask why you ask that, and you just say, oh, I was just asking, then that really voids the value of that question, because in regards to where it fits in right now, it really voids the value of it, because again, we're talking about relevant questioning, questions that matter right now, not to just be asking questions, because they say there is no dumb question. There are dumb questions, because if a question doesn't have no application whatsoever to something present, to something past, or you can give some logical reason why you even asked it, then it was a dumb question. It was a question that could have been saved. It was a question that you didn't even have to ask. So I think there's a lot of things that hurt us, and it's a lot of people make all these different cliches and sayings and things that shouldn't even be made. And we have to really take a lot of self-evaluation. We have to really study self more constantly, non-stop. There is no stopping to learning. There is no stopping in growing. There is no stopping in correcting oneself. I mean, and if we can say I know I'm not perfect, then I have to also admit that I can always grow. I can always be better. So for myself, I know what some of my hang-ups are in communication. I really don't like to be asked a lot of questions that a person just say, I don't know, I just was asking. Those kind of questions I really don't like to answer. They frustrate me, and my sister know it. Those who are close to me know. I get a little frustrated when people ask me all the kind of questions. Ask me stuff that matter, man. But I still try to grow in that area and gain more patience for people who go through that process. But again, it's not for me to be a crutch for you in your deficiency, and it's not for you to be a crutch for me in my deficiency. It's for us to be straight up, be to love each other with truth, and to love the truth enough to tell each other the truth, whether they process it or take it in the best way or not. I mean, we just have to be straight up with each other, because I think that's the only way that we're forced to grow. We're forced to step up. We're forced to man up, woman up, and so on and so forth. And it's with truth. But we can't keep pacifying each other with all these different crutch or a handicapping type of ideas and concepts and sayings. But again, man, communication, it is vital, it's necessary, and understanding, it's very important, and it's not a simple thing. It's a thing that we all have to desire to want to know, learn, grow from. And I'm going to tell you something, for ladies particularly. Ladies, that and women accept that they're a big capacity for them is emotion, that they have a larger capacity in the emotional area. Emotion is not a logical aspect of thinking. It's a feeling. And any time that part really takes over, and I'm going to tell you, for me, this is where it gets extremely difficult. Once you become emotional in a conversation, at that particular point, you lose me, because I only can deal with things logically. I'm not cultivated in that area to to be feeling like that. Like I say, emotion is not a logical thing. It's a feeling thing. It's very personal. It has nothing to do with this, XYZ no more. It's all about you at that particular point. And when you're having a discussion with someone, when you're really trying to get them to understand something from a logical position, you cannot do it from an emotional standpoint. And so, again, we cannot be crutches for each other. I cannot place my deficiency or my handicap or my challenges on you and say, then you're not strong enough, man, because you can't deal with that part of me, or you're not wise enough, you're not big enough, or whatever the case may be. Each individual has to man up, with the lack of a better way to say that. Everybody has to just man up, women, men, we all have to just man up and be more responsible for self and get ourselves together and stop trying to place the burdens on other people, because at that particular point, it's no longer my fault. It's your fault because you can't handle me, or it's that person's fault because they don't understand me. No, how about it being my fault because I'm not explaining myself better enough? I need to work on being better able to, get my ideals and points across, to express myself more clearly. How about, taking that responsibility on myself instead of placing it on somebody else? And so when it comes to communication, man, I believe that we really have a lot of work to do personally, not her, she has a lot of work to do versus him, or him versus her. It's every individual has a lot of work to do. And again, that's why I'm really single, because a lot of times I'm lost in that communicative area. But hey, man, peace and blessings, everybody. Gerald Hassan, the Church Enlightening Minds, Enterprise, Will Pay representative. Always peace and blessings, love.